No. Where's Talia?
And what can I do for you? And a fine, fine day to you.
There's talk that the Glassgate flood has finally spread.
Keep them pilchard nice and chilled.
Need to stock up on
I won't
these.
have you spoiling another catch.
There you are, Talia.
Ah, and there you are. We shouldn't have any problems finding what we need in a place like... But if time is of the essence, perhaps we should split up. Take a few items each.
All right. What shall I look for?
Let's see now. Why don't you take the garlic and the pepio nuts? Meet me by the gate when you've got them.
Oi, don't touch anything. And good riddance.
How the hell is anyone supposed to afford...
We haven't much, but you're free to look. I trust it's all here.
That should do it. Hopefully Talia's finished too.
Well,
I did.
garlic and pepio nuts. Job done. We should get this back to Tomes then. But we're not in too much of a rush. Do you know, I think this is the very first time we've been out on an errand together.
I think you might be right.
In all the years since you and that scowl of yours first appeared, you haven't invited me out once. For shame.
Well, it seemed long overdue. And you did say you had some shopping to do.
I was hoping to restock my supplies of herbs and liniment, yes. You and Jill alone burned through them like wildfire. No luck, though. My usual supplier's not here, and I refuse to pay the prices these gougers charge.
I'll ask Karen when we get back. What is it?
Oh, just memories. I came here with Sid once, shopping for supplies, just like today. And just like today, I came away empty-handed. Sid even said he'd speak to Karen for me when we got back. Has it really been 5 years? I remember it as if it was yesterday. Hold on. Does that mean it feels a lot longer?
It does. Thank you.
For what?
For everything. I just...
Do you think I'd stick around? But in the spirit of sharing and caring, you're appreciated. Well, I think I ought to get the... I'll meet...
I wonder how Hippocrates is getting on with the moon dew. How's work on the shielding progressing, Hippocrates?
Well, very well indeed. And thanks in no small part to your kind assistance. I was just explaining to Tarja how we might best go about preparing the moon dew. And now that we have all the ingredients, we may begin.
You can count on me. I've mixed more than a few mysterious concoctions in my time.
I'm sure you have. What about the shielding itself?
Work is underway, under the watchful eyes of Bardolph and Obolus.
Apparently, it'll be ready soon.
Thank you.
Right, of course.
Oh, and Clive. It was good to talk. We should do it again sometime.
It appears when both the shielding and the moon dew are ready, followed by a rigorous process of perhaps someone ought to...
Leave it to me. Thank you, Hippocrates. Well, I better go and give Mid the good news then.
He cracked the crystal too? You're joking.
I think Mid might need some help tidying up.
Sorry to keep you waiting, but you'll be pleased to know that work on the...
You found something for it?
In a manner of speaking, Hippocrates knew of a substance that's highly resistant to heat. A coating that is supervising the construction and testing of the shielding as we speak.
Brilliant. I knew you...
Don't thank me.
Right then. Better start working out how to bolt all these bits together. To the Black Ham...
You know, when I got into the smithing game, I thought I'd be making swords and shields, not thermal bleeding didgeridoo-dahs.
Displacement stacks.
Same difference. Whatever whatever you call it. I ain't putting it together in here. It's cramped. Let's take this out. Mid, you get all the parts lined up on the deck.
On my way.
Oh, and bring me the biggest hammer you can find. This is gonna require some precision walloping.
It's finished. It's...
Thank fuck for that. I'll be feeling my hammer arm for weeks.
Thank you, Clive. Black, that's one down and just 3 more to go.
I'm sorry.
Oh, didn't I tell you? The Enterprise has 4 mithril engines, and we'll be needing a displacement stack for each.
You don't mean...
Don't worry. Now they've got a finished one to work off, my gang in Canva can build the rest.
Good luck to them, I say. Right, I'm off to get a sling for this elbow. Any other work comes in, keep it to yourselves, eh?
What's the matter?
Nothing. Just daydreaming, thinking about the Enterprise sailing off over the horizon to shores unknown, searching for a land untouched by the Blight. Just like me and my dad planned. So if the worst came to the worst and every scrap of soil in the Twins turned black, we might still have a chance. That's what she was meant to be. You see, one last chance, but now she's so close to being finished, I've realized I don't want her to be that. I don't want her to be just a lifeboat for us to cling to if things get desperate. I want people to sail aboard her by choice, not from the lack of it. In a world where we're not just trying to survive, but where we can actually live.
I'm working on that, and I'll do everything I can to get you what you want.
All right. As soon as the Enterprise is fit to sail, I'm sod our plans. I'm trusting in...
Are you sure about that?
Something tells me it's what my dad...
He'd be proud of you.
You were gonna visit his grave, weren't you?
I was. And you can come too, now that your little project...
Right. There's just one thing I need to finish up for.
All right.
Aye, aye, Cap...
Ned told me she was building a ship.
Right, no, Clark, will you...
Is that the thing Tomes helped?
Obelith, have you seen Mid?
Yep. In a boat, going that way.
Then I'm too late.
You in a hurry at all, are you? Oh, I offered to take her across, but she wouldn't wait. But anyway, I was on my way up. That's got a letter. Urgent, by the sound of it. One of your uncle's men said I was to hand it to you in person, post-bleeding 8.
Thank you, Obelith.
Don't mention it.
What tidings, Uncle? Trouble in Canva. Well, I'll need someone to keep an eye on me.
So what? Mid got us to do all the dirty work and then just sailed off into the sunset?
It, seems that way.
Well, nothing we can do about it now. But next time you plan on visiting Sid, you might want to tie her to something before you suggest it.
Ah, don't be so hard on her. Gotta admit, the dirty work was kind of fun. Everyone pitching in, all that bollocks. Just like when we built this place.
You're right.
Anyway, we all set to head to the old hideaway. I could do with getting to... Wouldn't do to keep Lord Rosfield of the Seven High Houses waiting now, would it?
Gav will be leaving with me. Will you mind the place?
You can count on me. Just be sure to give Sid and the others my regards. All right.
Oh, by the way, Jill will be... She's got some things to take care of, but...
I hope she's telling the truth. Well, Sid, I remember what you told me. That if no one is listening to what you have to say, you may as well not say it. But I will say this, old friend. Hugo Kuka is gone. His shadow looms over us no longer.
It's a pity the Phoenix can't be in two places at once. If he'd have been with us, maybe he could have done something for the lost.
Not even the Phoenix can bring people back from the dead. Life has a beginning and an end. So we must live while we have the chance. And not as slaves to the crystals, but as free men.
May we join you?
Lady Karen, what a pleasant surprise.
I thought I'd drop by and see how you were all doing before heading off to restock my supplies. It wasn't the most scenic view back then, but it were never as bad as this.
I know. The blight marches on. And soon, there will be no escaping sights like these. So our mission remains unchanged. We cannot stop until every Mother Crystal is gone, and their thirst for ether with them. The only one that remains in Storm is Drake's Tail in the Crystalline Dominion.
Our next target.
We're going to Twinside.
It's the capital of the Empire these days. I wouldn't like to think how tightly guarded they've got the place. Not that that'll stop you, but we'd do well to scout it out before you go charging in.
We would indeed.
If you're off to the Dominion, you can take this great lump with you.
Goods.
Oh, I am sorry. Have you forgotten you're the most wanted man in the Twins? I thought you might like to disguise yourselves as the attendants of a travelling trader, assuming you've no better ideas. You wanted to buy yourself some tools, didn't you? Well, now's your chance.
You're letting me go? With them? Oh, thanks, Nan!
Stop that! You'll break me bones, you great galoot! There's a caravan that runs back and forth between the Dominion and the Bocklad markets. It's managed by the Merchants Guild. Just show them Goots' traders pass and you'll be on your way. It'll be a damn sight less risky than footing it the length of the Crystal Road. That's for sure.
Thank you, Karen. And glad to have you with us, Goots.
Okay then. I'll get me things and I'll meet yous there. See yous down in Bocklad.
Get off! Me poor fingers!
Jill, you're with me.
Understood.
And Gav?
Already on my way, Captain.
Be careful.
Aren't I always?
Do you see that, Sid? Your protege's making a proper little outlaw of himself.
Crack the crystal too.
Trouble with the ledgers. What could be wrong with Torgor? Hopefully it's nothing. But I should speak to Blackthorn just in case. Blackthorn.
Not really.
This won't take. I just want that you might perhaps sharing your thoughts.
That bastard's like a dog with a... Still, you've got a keen eye. He's just, well, Karen's
And that was?
a sword. And the metal itself wasn't anything to write home about, but you could slice a man clean in two with a weapon like that, and he'd be halfway home before he...
So that's what's
No. Not troubling me exactly. More...
And if you knew how to do it, we could arm the curse breakers with even better...
That's about us.
I'll see what I can find. Sharper swords are always welcome, and we can't have our master blacksmith being...
You're a soft type, but I can't think.
Let's see what... I got your note. You think something's wrong with...
So you can read. But I didn't say how were wrong with him. I said something weren't right. He's not been eating me He used to love cracking the but didn't like him. You've not been working him too.
No harder than you. Is that it, boy?
What was it he said he was?
That's what the lawsman seems to think.
Then maybe this all has something to do with what...
I suppose up.
Step.
Lawsman. She said...
I rather think she might all, and I see no reason if we assume that his newfound magic's... It may well be that the Bones Lady Karen Frostwolves, after all, habitually prey upon far larger animals. As to where one might find...
I don't recall.
And little wonder, the last... Even good.
You're looking well, Karen.
What do you want?
I want to know about the sword you showed Blackthorn.
Running around after him again?
I suppose I am, yes. But...
Little wonder, I suppose. There's not many like that make it as far as the twins, and though which made it nicer.
Can you tell me who bought it?
You think I tell people who my clients? Suppose you're not likely to go nicking him off me, huh? Fine. If you stop him. Lord Ignac's the man you want. Dalmekian bloke. Collects weapon, and he's got more money than sense, which is why he's one of my favourite clients. Reckon he'll still be at the inn in Dallamil.
Thank you, Karen.
Oh. And he's...
I appreciate the warmth.
Is that the thing Tomes helped to build?
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Clive.
That's why I'm here.
Shh. I don't mind. A little, and it's... Sadly, that square... I can straighten it out, I swear, but I'm gonna need help.
Be late.
There you are!
So let me get this straight. You forget, and instead of coming straight, you get Clive to come to you. And I will dig you out of the hole you've dug for you. The man in charge of the place you've been cheerfully trying to bankrupt. Well?
Oh, just Martha. Each. They lent us the bulk of the money we used to rebuild the hideaway, you see, and, well, I must have made.
Those ledgers were my responsibility.
Do we have that much to hand? I can always ask my uncle.
No, we don't. And no, you won't. After the king's ransom we had off him, he deserves better than to see our... Besides, we'll need to learn to stand on our own.
All right. But that doesn't mean you have to shoulder the burden. Is there anything I can do to...
There might be. How'd you fancy taking these to Mark?
Rocks.
Rocks, he says. A little something Sid and I set aside for... And I reckon 15 million in overdue debt probably qualifies. I just hope our associates' eyes are a bit more discerning than yours.
I'm sure there will be.
But you know how it is with this place. Or...
I know.
Go.
Because... you'd rather...
Because I...
Well... I suppose this is goodbye, then.
Don't worry. I'm sure Karen will understand.
Really? Do you think so?
No, I don't.
Sid, reckon you might be just the man to help me out of a bit of bother. If you...
Let's hear it.
Well, it's about this lovely bit of kit, it is. Problem is, it won't all... Which is why...
I imagine Ty could get some use out of this alembic too. Distilling medicines and the like. All right. Why not?
Proper job!
So what exactly do you need for this filter?
Nothing but bomb ash'll do, says the chief. Gave me a sample, you pour that... And do you know what I found out?
I take it.
I would have gone...
All right.
I think Mid might need some help.
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Really? That's a ship? Let's sail it around the lake.
How are you feeling?
Better. Thanks to Taya.
I'm glad to hear it.
And... Ogle helped too. Didn't you, boy?
This used to be a trade route for merchants crossing the Scars, till the Republic laid a new road wide enough to let wagons pass, and all official traffic moved there.
Leaving this one for those living outside the law.
Indeed. I doubt we'll be the only outlaws on the trail today. Good girl. Run like the wind.
So what do you think?
Thanks, girl.
But we'd be lucky to make it out alive.
Really?
Oh.
I take it there's danger on the road.
Oh, no doubt. Assuming he's willing to hear. Well met, friend. My brother and I have been tasked...
How does a merchant miss...
Oh, the man. He's... each up.
Well, if I'm going to have to deal with them...
You've clearly... No, reckon...
I'm not sure I trust those two. If there are bandits lying in... Wait. I should probably take care of them.
Look lively, you lot. We've got guests.
These must be our bandits.
Get him! Over here! Get him! All yours, Troy. This one. Over here!
Nice try.
This one. This one. Get him. This one. This one.
That's them dealt with. Oh. Where's that cart? Getting all of this out of here will be a nightmare.
Seems...
Found the cart and didn't leave a single bastard breathing. Our merchant...
And how exactly...
You've... It's been a pleasure. Now, listen.
What?
can walk from here. Come on. Run like the wind. That'll do, girl.
Careful.
Look what we have here. Greetings, Your Majesty. This one. Get him! To me, blades! Over here! This one. Yeah. Nice try. Too slow. Nice try. You're a fine hound. Your reign is over. Now to collect the ash. I should... This looks like the stuff. Let's see if there's any more. That should do it. If a wine needs more than this.
There's talk that the Glassgate flood.
Did you hear?
The gates to heaven.
I want to see you.
What am I going to do without Sweetwater and oil of talc?
Still no caravan from the Dominion's perfumeries yet.
Milady.
Gifts? Whatever is the occasion. Oh my.
Otto asked me to give it to settle the hideaway's debt and to...
You disappoint me, Cluck. I thought you might finally be... Tell Otto he can keep his baubles. I tried to tell him as much the first time around. The man owes me nothing. My contribution to the restoration effort was made freely and willingly. It was the least I could do.
You once told me Sid did you a kindness. I'd like to do the same. And for Otto's. For all of us.
Otto is lucky. I doubt anything could ever replace his son. But
Otto had a son.
Long ago. Yes. And blamed himself for not being... I don't know how it happened. Whether there was anything he could have done.
I didn't know.
How could you have? Besides Sid, I've never met a man more keen to bear his sorrows in stoic silence. An ill habit, given that both have always been surrounded by friends desperate to help them.
People take notice of wealthy men. Shouldn't be too hard to track down Karen's collector.
The whole Mother Crystal gone. What are we gonna do?
Calm yourself. We don't know for sure.
My reputation will be ruined. Ruined!
Calm yourself, Lord Ignac, I beg of you, before you do yourself a mischief.
Pardon the intrusion, but...
Out! Get out! I paid for these rooms so I wouldn't be disturbed.
Please. His lordship is going through a difficult time, and he's never...
Radim! Get...
Very good. Would you mind stepping outside?
I'm sorry if I've caused you any trouble.
That? Oh, no. He's been dispossessed.
I don't suppose a single-edged sword.
Ah.
Then I'll retrieve Lord Ignac's luggage. But I have one.
You have but to state it. You are welcome to anything that...
I want an audience with Lord Ignac. A few minutes should be...
A condition I would be a fool to refuse.
I don't suppose you saw where the thieves went.
I did not. No,
I will... Let's go. right.
We've got company! Come on, lads, let's tear the bastard's head off! This one! This one! This way. Over here. This way. Get him. This way. Get him. Get him.
This must be Ignat. Nothing seems to be... All right.
I hear I have you to thank for... What shall I call you?
Wyvern. Glad.
A formidable... Well, Wyvern. Redeem here tells me you wished for an order.
A few moments of your time should...
You're a peculiar...
Master Wyvern was wondering if you could tell him about a certain single-edged sword you received.
Oh, true. Karen drove me hard on the price, but I would have sold her Radim here to get my hands on that sword. It was made in the Outer Isles, far beyond, and is used exclusively by the practitioners of a unique... They believe no combat should ever exceed a single strike, and hone their blades to such perfection that none ever does. Each sword is made for that one perfect stroke, and for that stroke only. There's a brutal sort of beauty to it, really.
But how do they hone such an edge?
Why, they use a wet stones, rather. A whole array of, but it is the final stone which lent a mineral quite foreign to the... And that is the key. Wyvern, it occurs to me that my little lecture is hardly equal to services rendered. Take this to get the very stone of which I spoke. Far rarer among collectors than even the blade, and a far more.
Thank you.
Pardon the intrusion, my lordship.
I am I am what? Too many to count. And is a... Farewell, Wyvern. Ready?
I think his lordship is rather taken with you, master. Coming, my lordship. I'll be right there.
Trust Uncle Byron to find such an interesting... Now, let's see what black...
Clive!
I wasn't expecting, but it seems we still owe you, and though I doubt...
A star ruby? It's worth at least twice what you owe me. More if...
Think of the difference as interest.
Interest? If word got out I charged that much, no one would ever borrow. Anyway, why are you the one here asking me about it much sending the...
Something like that. Most days I think he's the only reason the hideaway's still standing.
Same as all. Back when the place was nothing but a twinkle in the eye of a recently retired lord, can probably knew that without his... Sid may have been the face of the hideaway, but and when Sid passed away, we were all... I reckon...
Go will want to know the stones were delivered. If he's still with us. Let's go. Yeah! Back. That's better. Well, it's certainly quiet. If I were a giant antelope, it would seem like just the place. I doubt we'll find one bigger than that. You hungry, Torgal? Now. Will it be enough, I wonder? I say that answers, which means we owe the lawsman our thanks. You're just a big puppy, aren't you? Lady Karen will be relieved to hear you've got your appetite. You all right, boy?
Is that the thing Tomes helped?
Mid told me she was building a ship.
help you today, Clive? I'll be here waiting.
So, Lady
but she was just too stuck. She threw it.
Karen. Lady Karen, Goad tells me would you prefer the debt was repaid?
What debt? I don't recall lending any. I may have tossed a talent or two in the... But those were donations. And you can hardly call it charity if you go asking for it.
Of course not. But surely you wouldn't shun the gratitude of a pauper who happened to have become a prince.
Oh, so you're a prince now, are you? Fine. But I'm selling it and taking what I'm owed, then you're getting the rest whether you like it or not. Where'd you even get this? A decent trader might nab 1,000. A canny one, meanwhile, might be I already. It might be you even know her. A fine continental maid who's beautiful. You wouldn't mind, would you?
Not at all.
I hear you ended up delivering all... Thanks to this I sometimes wonder what I pay you for.
Speaking of which, I still haven't been paid last month's wages.
Oh, so you remember what's owed to you, then? Get your ass behind that disc of yours and don't get up before those ledgers are square.
Right away.
I've seen it.
Yeah. It was the only goblet Sid ever used. Either out of habit...
I knew so.
Most people.
Martha and the Dame both seem to have... How long did you know Sid?
Before he died. 20 summers, give or take. Back in the day, I was a purser on a trade ship, which is where I met him. He bought passage to... I forget where. And having nothing better to do on the long nights, we set up drinking island rum till the morning bell dragged me back to my duties. Quit my post not long after that, on account of making a fine maiden's belly fat. But me and Sid stayed close, promising we'd one day sail the seas again. That was before fate stepped in and said she was having none of it. The magic, and there was no hiding it.
Couldn't you and your family...
My family were the ones who summoned the constable, wanted the monster. I couldn't turn my back on him, and I couldn't for the life of me understand how they could. Luckily, Sid was of the same mind as me. It was him who stood beside me when all I wanted was to tear the whole world down. Him who cried for me when I had no him who swore he'd do everything he could to stop it from happening again. And he was true to his word, too. Left the Royal Army once and for all. His ranks, his ribbons, gone. Just like threw away everything he had. All to right a wrong. I knew then I'd follow that. He was always too clever for his own good, was Sid. Saw the world for what it really was, while the rest of us were content to go along with the lie we were shown. And it can't have been easy, bearing that burden alone. But he didn't let it stop him. He never lost faith in what he believed was right. And that gave us faith in him. Faith he'd steer us true. So I swore to myself that I'd always be right behind him, ready to catch the stubborn sod if ever he should fall. But I couldn't even do that. Ignore me. Just the ramblings of a tired old man. Leave that lot. I'll tidy it up in a bit.
This is Sid's handwriting. Dear Otto.
I may be drunk, but I wanted you to know this place would be fucked without you. Love you, you grumpy old sod.
This note.
Hmm? What about it?
Sid was right. Without you, we'd all be lost.
He should have bloody well said so then. Just once. Before he went. But then, why would he? Him, or anyone? I'd only have told him to piss off. You're wrong, though. Both of you. It was never just me keeping the hideaway afloat. It was all of us. I just shoved people in the right direction, and I barely seem to be able to do that anymore.
Would you rather goat at the helm?
Well, maybe I've got a few more years left in me.
I'm going to hold you to that, Otto.
Before you go, Sid would have wanted you to have this.
But that's...
This'll do me just fine. Thanks for the ray of sunshine. I'll see if I can't pay you back.
Already have.
Might need some help tidying up.
All right there, Sid. How's that hunt for the...
I have it here.
That's the stuff. And plenty of it, too. You're a gent. Right then. There we have it. Telemon Alembic. And it works just like the chief said it would.
Very impressive.
Says the man.
There's no need.
Don't be. Why don't you let me take a look at that bag of yours? The one you keep your potions in.
What?
Well, we happen to have isolated a substance in our test run of the Alembic that I reckon will make even the toughest leather supple as anything. Thought we might use it to breathe new life into old boots and the like. Save the hideaway a few gil. Ah, I reckon if we slap a bit on your bag, it'll loosen it up enough for you to squeeze in a bottle or two more.
Well, it can't hurt to try, I suppose.
That's the spirit.
Well, thank you.
No, never.
I noticed you and Torgal had gone off somewhere. So that'll teach me for treating you. All right, now we know what you're after. I can see about.
Speaking of which, I brought one for later.
You can, eh? I'm nice like that. In return.
I was just on my way.
That Torgal may be the beneficiary of. Consider that in addition to Lady Jill, he has certain and one.
But hopefully he'll agree with what you look right. Yes.
One hit and all might not be so bad if all you ever fought were duels. Good luck. Even I think I didn't snap off them.
I'm just.
Hey, you'll be you can.
All right.
Back, are ya? What do you want? Not bad, if I do say so myself. Anything else?
Is that the thing Tomes helped him with?
Mid told me she was building a ship.
How may I help you today, Clive? All yours. Come again.
This one. Stay down. This one. It's over. Faster.
I see the Dalmex lag behind Rosaria when it comes to bridge building.
The fallen ruin should hold, at least.
The path continues on the other side. This might take a while. Thanks, Gal.
Get him!
So this is Zemeckis.
The land of the gods. It's even more impressive than I imagined. I remember being captivated by the story as a child.
Long, long ago, man was overcome by avarice and challenged the gods in a bid to win their power. The final battle took place here, at these falls. Or so the legend goes. If anyone ever manages to plumb those depths, perhaps we'll learn if there's any truth to the tale.
That the gods emerged victorious and punished man for his defiance by visiting upon him 2 curses.
Dominance and bearers. To tell the truth, I always thought it strange that the dominant and their icons were deemed a curse. Back home, the dominant inherited the throne. They were admired and exalted, not spurned. Whenever I got to that part of the story, I always assumed there must be something I'd misunderstood.
You had a lot of storybooks, didn't you? In your room, I mean. When we were young.
The old legends were always my favorites. Epic battles between gods and men. Father encouraged me to read as much as I could. He thought it good for my education.
You really were a boy like any other, weren't you?
Just look at this place. It's enough to make you believe the legends are true.
I know.
We're not far from Boklad. The road will be busier up ahead.
And we'll have to keep our wits about us. Clive? Something wrong?
Nothing. It's nothing.
I see the reports are true, Father. You have surrendered the throne to Olivier.
I have. Emperor Olivier shall rebuild the Holy Empire of Sambrec.
How is he to rule an empire? He is but a boy.
I shall advise him until he comes of age.
Father, please.
Or for as long as I am able. The empire we seek to build needs young blood to rule it, and I can think of none better suited to the task. There is other news, Dion. Hugo Kupka is dead, and Drake's Fang destroyed. The pillars of the Republic have fallen. Ere long, the Imperial banner shall fly over every city in Storm. And then Valisthea. All shall bow before their Emperor.
Father, these are the words of a tyrant.
They are the words of a god. The Emperor whom I gladly serve. Great Greeker, made flesh.
Return to your camp, Dion, and ready your forces. It is time to show the world the true power of Sanbreque.
Father. I find you much changed. Is this truly the path you wish to tread? Or are these the ambitions of another? Of Ultima, perhaps?
What nonsense is this? I speak my mind, and my mind only. Though I do owe Annabella thanks for reminding me of certain truths regarding the nature of nations, of rulers, and of the divine.
You would trust the words of this traitress? She betrayed her country. She slew her husband.
You have ever been an invaluable servant to Sanbreque, Prince Dion. I trust you will continue to serve your Emperor in the wars to come.
The canker! Silence! Insolent wretch! You will bend the knee. All else is heresy.
Sire, forgive me.
This audience is over. Come, your Radiance. The Rowena Syndicate awaits your pleasure.
Oh, not another meeting with silly old men. They're so boring. I'm hungry, Father. Can't we have luncheon instead?
Does it pain you that you will not inherit your father's throne?
I have suffered worse.
Count your blessings, Dion. For a base-born child to be chosen by Bahamut is miracle enough. You have risen high on his wings, but you shall rise no higher, lest your impure blood stain the throne.
What do you know of my blood?
The Boklab markets are to the north. We just need to hug the coast. Come on.
Infiltrating the Dominion won't be easy with the Imperials on high alert.
No. His Radiance has lost one capital already. We can be sure Sylvester will do everything in his power to hold on to Twinside. His troops are well-trained and increasingly battle-hardened. But it's not as if we can wait for the siege to end. More refugees.
And they're all making for the Crystalline Dominion.
Because they don't know how to... without the Crystal's blessing. I can walk from here.
There are no crystals here.
This is where we're supposed to meet Goots, isn't it?
That's right. He said he'd wait for us here after replenishing his supplies. I dare say he'll have finished by now.
Let me carry your goods. I'm cheap.
Peaches and pears.
Wonders from across the water. Come one, come all. Feast your eyes. Good sir, can I interest you in...
How much? For a measly crust of bread?
You won't find any cheaper. Not nowadays. But you're more than welcome to look.
The Empire's unlawful and illegitimate occupation of the crystalline dominion is still in effect. Only those whose business in Twinside has been officially approved by the Republican Army will be permitted to cross the border. All who seek entry are to form a line and ready their documents for inspection.
It looks like we aren't the only ones who are eager to leave.
And they're checking everyone.
Can't you make an
Not for the likes of you.
We won't get through without that pass. Let's go in and find Good, shall we? He must be around here somewhere.
Come, taste my peaches. They're sweet as nectar.
I'll take the large one.
Ah, Good. There you are.
Clive, I'm so sorry. Don't tell Nan, will you?
Slow down, Good. Just tell us what happened.
It's me trader's pass. It's gone. We cannot ride the caravan without it. We won't even be able to get through the flipping checkpoint.
Do you remember when you last saw it?
It was in my pocket a minute ago. Then a bairn bumped into me and... Yeah. You don't think that they might have nicked it, do you?
It wouldn't surprise me. A busy market like this is prime territory for pickpockets.
So, to get the pass back, we need to find this child. Where would we even start?
I know where! I've got a pal in Bock lad who might be able to help us. No one knows more about what goes on round here than she does.
Where do we find her?
She's the owner of the Crimson Caravans, up that way. Sign's got a red chocobo on it.
No time like the present.
You two go on ahead. I'm gonna check the rest of my stuff, make sure naught else is missing.
All right. We'll meet you there.
Let's keep an eye out for this red chocobo, then.
And the other on our purses.
Stops next to the checkpoint.
Out of my sight, wretch!
Bloody Crimson Caravans, scooping up. Leave some for the rest of us.
Looking to hire a coach? It's 10 million for a two-birder to the Crystalline Dominion. Take it or leave it.
Oh, we're not here for that.
Then I bid you good day.
Wait! Don't go, El! He's me mate.
As I live and breathe. Goots, what are you doing back in Bocklad? I gather Lady Karen didn't send you. So what trouble have you got yourself into this time?
It's me trader's pass. It got stolen. By a little bairn.
Of all the... You're the size of a marble. Honestly. Ugh.
Goots told us that you know the markets well. Might you have an idea which little bairn could have done this?
We don't intend to punish them. We just need our pass back. Then, we can be on our way.
I see. So neither of you has a trader's pass either? Not that anyone would take you for traders, but I suppose that's why you came to me, correct? Now, I can't say for sure who took your pass, but I suspect I know why they did it. Let me explain. Ever since the Fist marched on the Dominion, the Republic has been clamping down on any commerce that might aid the Empire more than it does us. Which means traders' passes have gone from being merely a way of easing one's progress to being essential if one wishes to cross the border at all. And with demand outstripping supply, they've become a precious commodity, leading some to seek to acquire them by less than legitimate means.
So the children are stealing passes to sell on the black market?
Yes, and no. Passes are inscribed with the names of their owners, and yet none of the victims' names have appeared on the register of those passing through the checkpoint.
Which means?
That someone is doctoring the stolen passes. The same someone who is encouraging the children to steal them. And the same someone who has Goots's pass, no doubt. Whoever they are, they're ruining the livelihoods of honest merchants. Which is why we've decided to take a step. Will you stand with us? You want to get your pass back, and we want to ensure that no more are stolen. Catch whoever's behind it all, and 2 birds shall be slain with a single stone.
Is there any other way of getting to the Crystalline Dominion goods?
There won't. But the guards will definitely spot you if you try and do that. Like, it would.
So either we find the people who took the pass, or give up all hope of entering the Dominion.
All right. We'll help.
Thank you kindly. But I don't...
Clive.
A pleasure doing business. The proprietor of the furniture makers by the coach stop. I suggest...
The furniture maker.
Jug of snake spit for the road?
The caravan stops next to the checkpoint. Trader's pass.
Are you the furniture maker?
Looking for something in particular? Ah, Eloise collared you too, eh?
She told me you were leading the hunt for the pickpocket.
For one, that they're targeting the traders carrying the biggest packs. Harder to watch your back, see? And less chance of the mark giving chase if they're spotted. Not that they'd be likely to catch them. Those imps know every inch of this warren like the backs of their hands.
Their eyes must have lit up when they...
The fishmonger round by the gate's been trying to track down the children involved.
Thank you.
The finest apple
I'll take the large one.
Come, taste my peaches. They're sweet as...
You should come with me to the Dominion. Life will...
Fish for sale! Can I interest you? Ah.
She's asked me to help her.
Is that so? For one, this isn't a family operation. All the traders say the children who stole their passes were dirty, dressed in rags. Street urchins, by the sound of it. We get
orphans from the wars.
A few, perhaps. They're all looking for a new start in the Dominion and beyond. Some...
The shame of it.
Whoever's behind this would have to have made themselves known to the children at some point.
And so should we.
You should start with the children around here, then. I doubt they're the ones involved, but they might have heard something.
It's worth a try.
All right, then. Questioning children. How hard can that be?
Come, taste my peaches! They're sweet as nectar!
Excuse me, do you mind if I ask you something?
Can't stop you.
I was just wondering if anyone has asked you to do...
Anything you grown-ups ever ask us to do is shut up and go away. So guess what I'm about to tell you to do?
Sorry. I'll leave you alone.
Do you have a moment?
What do you want?
What I want is to know who's asking children like you to pick pockets.
I don't know. Nobody's asked me. What's picking pockets? Do you get paid for it?
No, you get in trouble for it. So if they come calling, you know what to tell them.
The caravan stops next to the check. Jug of snake spit.
Excuse me?
What do you want? I don't have any money.
It's all right. We're not going to hurt you. We just want to talk.
What about?
We've heard that some very bad people are making children like you steal from travelers. We need to know who's behind it so we can stop them.
I don't know much about it, really. But my friend, Honza, he said he got a job doing something dangerous.
Sounds promising.
We need to find him and ask.
Do you know where your friend might be?
He's usually by the tents out...
Thank you.
Peaches and pears.
Let me carry your goods. I'm cheap.
She must have meant the refugee camp.
Let's hope he's still nearby.
Daddy! That big fat donkey was easy pickings. He wouldn't have noticed if we'd robbed his boots off him.
Yeah. Wish we hadn't handed over the pass, though. Could use one of those things to get out of this dump.
Chance would be a fine thing. The moment they found out, they'd string us up by our guts.
Would they now? Perhaps you'd like to introduce us to these charming characters.
Shit! We're in trouble now!
What do we do?
You two get caught if you want. I'm off.
Hunter, where are you going?
So that was Hunter, eh? Jill, you watch these two. I'm going after him.
All right.
He can't have gone far. I need to find him before his Please do. Did you see a boy run past? He stole something from a friend of mine.
There was a boy ran back there towards the chocobo pen, but...
Thank you.
This is everything. It must be transported.
Oh, shit. I'm cornered.
It's all right, Hunter. I'm not going to hurt you. I just want to ask you some questions.
Fine. Not like I've got a choice.
I'm looking for the people who are making you steal for them. Who are they?
Call themselves the Carstones. They said they'd give me good gill if I did what they told me. I knew they were bad, but bread doesn't come for free. Didn't come at all half the time, before I started buzzing for them. You know, if I didn't do it, they'd just pick on someone else. Someone they could push around easier.
Honza.
You found him then?
Jill. Where are the other two?
Eloise is watching over them. She sent Goots and I to look for you.
You're... him!
I haven't got your pass anymore, if that's what you're after. I gave it to the Carstone. Whatever you do to me, I can't get it. Not that I go against them anyway. If it weren't for their gil, me and my mates would have starved.
Cowards. You will not force another child to do your bidding.
Wait, we're not...
Don't hurt him.
You're making a mistake. We're on the same side.
Like hell we are. That brooch. Where did you get it?
Master Theo?
Goots. What are you doing with these people? Unless you're the ones my sister was talking about.
Your sister? Eloise didn't tell us she had a brother.
And why would she? I'm just her back and a blade. Theodore, at your service. Sorry about before.
Theodore.
Vultures who have made Boklad there. They prey on the desperate, stealing from those with gil and bullying those without it into joining their flock. I'd been looking into their activities in hope of sparing the refugees any but it seems they've already stooped even lower than I'd feared. Honza's a good lad. Don't blame him for what they've made him do. If he and his friends hadn't agreed to work for the stones, some other poor souls would have. On pain of death, most likely. Clive, was it? And my sisters asked you to help put an end to the pickpocketing. Then we all want the same thing.
So, what's the plan?
What else? We fight. You get your trader's pass back.
All right then.
All right then. Honza, where are they camped?
Couldn't if I wanted to. They always come to town to collect the passes. Meet us outside the gate. I tried following them once, but they spotted me halfway down the trail. Said they'd string me up.
We'll try it this time. Which way were they going?
Back down the road towards Leitney's Cleft.
To Leitney's Cleft, then?
Leitney's Cleft is to the south, past the camp.
No, you better not have scared any of my brothers.
That's that, then.
Daddy!
There are no crystals here. We have to keep them. That's the one who's been sticking his nose in our business.
You should have minded your doubt these were the ringleaders.
But at least we know we're on the right track.
We got company! Get him! Go for it!
More foot soldiers.
Fewer now.
Not a bad hope.
Aye. Some of our new recruits are natural...
Especially the little ones.
Scum.
The leaders of the cast stones.
They don't deserve any mercy, Clive.
I wasn't planning on showing them it.
We're ready when you are.
Oh, I'm ready.
Fuck. It's that guard from Bocklad. Kill him. Kill them all. Now, Torgal.
This one. Over here!
And they say crime doesn't pay. Gold chains, rings, purses.
Have the names been changed?
Not yet. I reckon now I just need to sort through it all and return every...
We should go and give Eloise the good news. Can we leave things here in your house?
Of course. Oh, and, be sure to tell her of the part I played, won't you?
We'll be glad to.
Ah, Clive.
Quite the opposite.
So it was the cast stones who were behind it all. Theo told me he'd been on their trail. And their demise solves 3 problems at a stroke. That of the pickpockets, the bandits pulling their strings, and the passes they were stealing. I only hope yours is among the items you recovered. Speaking of whom...
You are too kind. Eloise. Here, Clive.
I will.
El, I've asked our boys to carry the rest. Can I count on your help?
Of course. I expect you'll soon be on your way then. But it wouldn't do to leave without introducing yourself properly. Would it now? Sid. Don't look so shocked. We're on the same side.
I don't understand.
As you now know all too well, we at the Crimson Caravans, for a small fee, we will move anything, be that goods to market.
I was the first my sister helped escape. If it wasn't for her...
I had no idea.
It just so happens that we are seeking to expand our operation. And who better to join forces with, wouldn't you agree?
I would. It seems our purpose is the same in more ways than one. So what would you say to working together again?
It would be our pleasure.
And our honor. The honor is out.
Here, Clive. This is for you.
What is it?
El has friends in...
I shall bear it with pride.
Well, all that remains is to wish you a Goots' pass should secure you a...
We'll try the... Right then. Let's get this back to Goots.
And then it's on to the...
Out of my sight, wretch!
Come on, come on!
The caravan stops
Juicy
next.
pears! Slake your thirst!
What I really want to meet.
Here you are, Goots.
Me pass? Oh, I'll have to...
So you and...
We did, and we already have. Miss L's given us a job shifting this hard work, and the pay isn't half what we got from the Stones. But if we stick at it... and Goots...
That's all...
You said you're trained... Well, I'm gonna...
Oh.
All right. We have a place on the wagon. Remember, Goots, we're mercenaries. You hired us to protect you.
Mercenaries.
And you remember the plan? You're to ride all the way to Twinside. Jill and I will go with you as far as the outskirts, then find our own way in.
I'll buy that stuff I need.
Right. And we'll scout out the Imperial's defenses.
There's a square with a big bell tower right in the middle of town. If you get lost, or out goes wrong, we can meet up there.
Right. Let's go.
I see. And you're quite certain your father has no knowledge of Ultima?
I am. I have no difficulty believing a sinister force has come to exert an influence on Sanbreque. But be that as it may, it is yet to claim my father. For better or worse, his radiance speaks his own mind.
fiend works from the shadows.
I confess, when first you told me of this fiend, I had my doubts. And more than a few at that. A beast that labors to plunge Valisthea into turmoil, all in pursuit of your brother. But that wound is proof enough that evil is afoot.
Then I have your answer, Your Highness. You will join me in my fight.
I cannot. Not yet.
Your Highness, please.
As you are aware, the Dhalmekian army is at our gates. They have lost their mother crystal, and with it all hope of a negotiated withdrawal. It is but a matter of time before they invade. If Bahamut is not here to meet them, my people will be slaughtered.
Though not by Hugo Kupka, thanks to Ultima's machinations. I know the fate of your people weighs heavy on your conscience, but if we do not put an end to Ultima's plans, they shall face a far darker fate. The chaos he would wreak would sweep all of Valisthea into the abyss. The lives of every man, woman, and child in the Twins are at stake.
I believe what you say, Phoenix. But I have duties of my own, and I must discharge them. Come what may. What do you know of my blood?
I know that it is wholly unworthy of the highest offices of state, which rightly belong to those of purer breeding. Alas. Your bloodline runs through the Oriflamme gutter, from a whore who weighed her child's worth in gil.
Have you threatened my father?
Of course not. I merely whispered in his ear that his mongrel son is plotting a rebellion.
What?
Sylvester listens to the words of his astrologers. And they have ears too.
You have been feeding them your lies!
Should you remain loyal to Emperor Olivier, his radiance may yet crown your head with laurel, and not with tar.
Fork-tongued witch!
In consideration of your long years of service to the Empire, I shall forgive this uncharacteristic rudeness. Now hurry and make ready, Your Imperial Highness. Emperor Olivier expects much of you, Dion. Or should I say, of Bahamut. May your fire reduce his enemies to ash, till all of Valisthea bows to its rightful ruler.
There is another darkness that has taken hold of Sanbreque. And until its grip is released, the flames of war shall spread ever wider, just as Ultima wishes.
Forgive me. My family has caused you much grief.
You are not her keeper, Phoenix. This is a matter for the Imperial household now, and as a member of that household, it falls to me to resolve it. At such time as that is done, what strength I have shall be yours.
Thank you, Your Highness.
Let us take to the skies together, and bring a new dawn to Valisthea.
I should like nothing more.
Terence.
My prince.
Tell me true. Do you believe what I'm about to do is wrong?
We dragoons have but one leader, Your Highness. And we shall follow him unto the very end.
Thank you. This is my decree. For their crimes against the crown, the traitorous Annabella and her usurping son shall be put to death, and the Empire restored